Hello stars, Jason here, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase. So yesterday we got over 4,000 likes. You guys absolutely blew me away. We said we'd do another mod showcase if we got 2,000 likes, and we smashed through 4,000. You guys are absolutely crazy. But yeah, you guys wanted a mod showcase, so here we are. We've got a pretty epic mod for you guys today. It's called the Dynamic Sword Skills mod. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it adds in lots of different kinds of abilities you can use with your swords now. You know, you can be excellent in combat in Minecraft, and there's just plenty of things to do. Okay, so let's get started. I'm in a random different world now. Don't worry about it. When you spawn in your Minecraft world, when this mod is installed, you will notice that you have a skill orb of basic technique. That's what it's called. Now let me remove these from my inventory so you guys don't get too confused. So basically you spawn into your world and this is the only thing you have. And you can use it by right-clicking it. And when you right-click it, it should level up your basic sword technique skill. So, and what I mean by that is, watch this. When you right-click it, you learn the basic technique level 1, and it can go all the way to level 10. Now this is just the basic technique. This is just your combat and how fast you can attack and all that. Now, there's plenty of other orbs that allow you to do different things and different sorts of attacks. In order to get these, you have to find them in dungeons or get them off of a mob. You can kill a mob, and there's a chance that they might drop it. So, there's a lot more orbs here. We got a whole bunch of kinds here. Alright, so, anyways, they all kind of look like this, and when you do get one, just right-click it, and you will level up in that category. Now, as you can see, that one was called Armor Break. This one is called Dodge. We got Leaping Blow, Parry, Dash, Spin Attack, Super Spin Attack, Immortal Draw, and Sword Break. And then I think I missed two other guys. We got Rising Cut and Ending Blow. So we're going to be going over all of these one by one and showing you guys. It sounds like a lot, but each one is pretty interesting, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So yeah, I'm level 1 on all of these now. As you can see, when you hover over that type of orb, it will tell you what level you are. Being level 1 means I can now use the ability at will, and I will tell you guys how to use every single ability. So let's load up our previous inventory here and let's spawn in a bunch of cows, but I'm switching over to game mode 1 so we don't have to worry about too much. So let's spawn in a bunch of cows. These are going to be our test subjects for today. We're going to pretty much kill them all. So the first thing I want to teach you guys is the basic sword technique. If you remember, we got to level 1 with that orb. Now I'm basically going to just get a bunch more of those orbs and level up all the way to 10 so I can show you guys how good you are at max level. So the basic sword technique will just allow you to lock on by using the X key on your keyboard. By default, this is the key you should press. And you can actually lock on to the nearest mob. You can switch to other mobs by pressing tab, and then you can press the right control key on your keyboard to block. If you didn't want to right click, you can also use the right control. It's like a substitute for it. And you can use the up arrow to perform a standard attack, which is just left click. So if you have a mouse, just left click. Not trying to confuse you or anything. So just the right control and the up arrow is basically just extra keys. So yeah, you now have the ability to lock on using the X key, and you can press tab to switch to new mobs. Otherwise, whenever you kill a mob, it will automatically lock on to the next nearest mob. You can deactivate the locking on, like if you really want to get out of it, just press X and you're good. Otherwise, you'll just stay locked on. But each attack contributes to your current combo. As the combo gets bigger, so does your damage. So I'm just going to move this here a little bit underneath. And you guys will see whenever I'm in lock-on mode and I hit a mob in the top left, you'll see combos and hits. So you can get a combo of up to 12, I think. You can do, see if it says hits 1 out of 12, and I keep hitting them. Then we got 2 hits, we got 3 hits. This is our combo right now. So our combo's good, and as you go up, obviously it will get better. But I didn't have enough cows in the area. Also, it shows the last 3 hits. While in this lock-on mode, it shows the last 3 hits and how much damage they do. So you can really like calculate how good you're doing in combat. But yeah, that's it for the basic sword technique. That was the big one, you guys. The rest of the abilities are just going to be simple, straightforward attacks, basically. So let's just go ahead and begin. Next up is armor break. And remember, guys, you have to be in this X mode for any of these powers to work. They don't just work normally. You have to be locked on, and you got to be in the zone, and you got to focus. So what armor break does is it will ignore the target's armor value when it inflicts damage. So if your mob or whatever has armor on, which this cow does not, it would ignore the armor and do damage anyway. So that's armor break. It's pretty cool. You can pretty much just break the barriers of anyone's armor. So it's pretty good. And guys, keep in mind that all these abilities also have exhaustion timings. The time is real exact, and it says on the forums and stuff for each one, but there are like basically cooldowns for some of these abilities, and you can't just spam them all the time. So but yeah, anyways, you can spam this next one. It's called dash attack, and it's probably my favorite one, to be honest. When you're locking on to an enemy, right click and then left click, hold right click and then left click, and you will do this little dash, and it's just fun. You can just pretty much do it at any distance, just about, as long as you're locked on. So like you essentially could just do this forever, and it's just a whole lot of fun. This is fun. I like killing cows. But yeah, this is dash attack. It inflicts minor damage and it knocks the target back. So yeah, just keep that in mind, so that way you don't like fly off a cliff or anything. Don't stand too close to your target, because you will not build up enough momentum to do any damage at all. So the farther away, you know, the more damage you'll do. It's pretty straightforward. Our next ability we have is dodge. It's pretty simple. Whenever you're locked on, you can double tap left or right, and you will get like almost like a little dodge dash in the direction that you press. So in most cases, this would be useful for like projectiles and stuff like that. So if Blaze is attacking you or a ghast, you can just dodge them pretty easily. And yeah, it's that simple. Next up is the ending blow. This ability is pretty awesome. I like this ability. To do this ability, press X to lock on, of course. And what you do is you kind of double tap forward, so basically sprint, and then attack in the process. So doing that will cause an ending blow. In order for the ending blow to work, you need to hit the target twice with a combo of at least 2 before you can do it. If you guys noticed earlier, whenever I hit him twice, it said finish him. Basically, that's whenever you use the ending blow, which we're going to do on this witch right now. So if I press X to lock on, hit it twice, now do the double tap forward. I think it worked. I did 12 damage. Let me try it again. Let's spawn in another witch. Oh, there we go. Well, I mean, I heard the sound, so that had to have been the final blow. Anyways, if you pull it off, you will get bonus experience, but if not, you become flat-footed. That's what the forum says. So, moving on. Next is the leaping blow. That's what it's called. To activate it, you just jump while blocking. So, I got them locked on here. I can jump while blocking. And this one's really cool. This is one of my favorite ones just because it has like an animation to it. And it's so simple to trigger and works almost every time. So block and then jump. Yes. So if you ever find one of these orbs somewhere or it comes off of a mob, that's good luck, because this is probably one of the cooler abilities you can have in combat. And it's pretty useful too. So it's like an AoE spell. Whenever you use it, it can damage more than just one enemy in the area. Okay, so our next ability is pretty cool. It's called Mortal Draw. Basically, when empty-handed, you hold the block key and attack, and you like switch over to your sword. It's like quick drawing your sword from your sheath. So if you're ever caught in a cave and maybe you're just punching things with your fist, I don't know, quickly lock on, block, and then attack. And then you'll switch out your sword real quick and hit your enemy with force. And it will do a good amount of damage too. So 8 or 9 damage with the diamond sword. So that's pretty good. But anyways, yeah, that's Mortal Draw. You can use it whenever you're in trouble, like I said, or in a cave or something. It only works as a counterattack, so it's got to be timed according to your opponent's strike. At least that's what the forum says. But the first sword found in your action bar will be used for the strike, so make sure you just don't have like a million weapons or something in there. And it also has a 1.5 second cooldown, so you can't really do it a lot. But next up, we've got parry. Parry is basically like a step back as well as like kind of like block with your sword. So to do that, you gotta just double tap back. You just double tap back. I don't even left click there. It looked like I did, but I didn't. All I did was double tap back. And it's pretty easy to activate. It's really only useful if you're like probably getting attacked by someone else with a sword or something, because that's what a parry is supposed to be. It inflicts damage, and if someone's like in a mid attack and you parry, then you'll just block their damage and stuff. And if you do manage to pull it off, whoever tried to hit you will get knocked back, and there is a chance that they can get disarmed. Next, we have an ability called the Rising Cut, and this one is actually really awesome. Whenever you're locked on, sneak, and then jump and attack, and then it makes a little noise. It will make the enemy fly upwards, and it just inflicts sword damage and provides an opportunity for like a second attack. So if you jump, oh well, I mean, I guess I can't really do it on a cow because they're not very strong. Anyways, and then you can do that whenever they're in midair and just kind of slice them up. So it's pretty cool. That's fun. Next up is probably my favorite attack. This and its better attack are my two favorites because it's just so cool, and it looks awesome from the third-person view. So here we go. Let's try it out. It's called the spin attack, and to use the spin attack, press left and right at the same time, and it will just pretty much enable itself after a second. So as you can see, you just hold them down, and then whoever's nearby will get spinned. And it actually works in a area. It's like an area of effect. So if there we go. Can take out multiple enemies. We're pretty good. So it's really useful. It's got a pretty good range. So I'm going to set the time back to 0 here, and I'm going to show you guys the super spin attack. The super spin attack is basically just an extra spin added on to your spin attack, and to do that you just left click after each spin. So if I hold it here and then I press it again, well, he was dead. Let's try it on this guy. Yeah, so as you can see, I spinned twice, and with each level of super spin attack, you can spin an extra time, so that's awesome. And last but not least, we've got Sword Break. To use Sword Break, lock on your enemy and just double tap while blocking. So if Jeffrey here's got a sword, and he wants to... Well, okay, never mind. I wouldn't lock onto Jeffrey. He's too friendly. If I lock onto this cow and I double tap backwards and left click, it will have a chance at breaking my opponent's sword. He doesn't have a sword, so obviously I can't demonstrate it. But yeah, it's pretty simple nonetheless, though, and you can use it if you ever PvP versus a friend or something. So, but it does only work when being attacked by the enemy holding an item. So I tried to do this with a zombie pigman, but it just really wasn't working out. I don't know why. So the only way to do it was from first person, and even that didn't really work out. So I think it just works well with players, but I'm not sure. I might have just did it wrong. So there's a new GUI in the mod that will actually explain all of these abilities for you if you didn't get them from this video, and you can check them out in that. I'm actually not even sure how to open it, so sorry for the no help there. But yeah, other than that, there are these other swords you can find in your creative inventory. I'm not sure if that means you can find them in dungeons or off of mobs as well, but they're swords that automatically grant you with a skill level of whatever they have. So if this is Leaping Blow, it says it grants a skill level of 3 out of 5. So I'm assuming if you don't have the orbs by then you can just use this sword, and it will give you the ability that it has. So, but yeah, guys, that's it for the Dynamic Sword Skills mod. I hope you enjoyed. Smack that like button. Let's keep these mod showcases coming. But other than that, I will talk to you stars later, and see you guys.